Hey, what's going on, guys? So today's the day. It's finally a beautiful day out. Weather's nice, no smoke. So today's the day that we'll be doing the install of the Light Harmonic speakers. Today I'm only going to do the doors. So your doors, woofers, 8-inch woofers, and then all your mids inside the front dash. So both doors and the mids in the dash. We'll do those today, and I'll walk you guys through that. Basically get the door panel off, switch out the speakers, I'll show you that, and then show you how to pull the A-pillar frame off, and then the front grill off as well, and then how to get the speakers out and what to use. So basically for the door panel, you'll want to take off the reflector here. There's a T30, I think it's T30 Torx. There's a T30 Torx screw there. There's another T30 Torx right under there, under the armrest, and another one here right at the door, on the other side of the door opening. And then pop off the door panel, and just like every other door panel, just has the clips holding it on, and then slide the door panel up and out, and I'll show you guys that once we get done. Alright guys, so you see the door panel's off. There it is, pretty simple. The clips are a bitch to get off. They're in there pretty tight, so you just got to get something to pry on there. Then once you get your fingers in, they're easier to pull off, but they are stuck in there pretty strong. You can see them here, each clip, and the holes for each clip are here. And there's your speaker, there's the woofer. So basically just disconnect your speaker wire, and then it's a 8mm socket, or 8mm wrench, whatever you want to use, but it's 8mm to get the speaker out, and I'll show you that detailed and the install of the new Light Harmonic speaker. Alright guys, so you see the door panel's off. There it is, pretty simple. The clips are a bitch to get off. They're in there pretty tight, so you just got to get something to pry on there. Then once you get your fingers in, they're easier to pull off, but they are stuck in there pretty strong. You can see them here, each clip, and the holes for each clip are here. And there's your speaker, there's the woofer. So basically just disconnect your speaker wire, and then it's a 8mm socket, or 8mm wrench, whatever you want to use, but it's 8mm to get the speaker out, and I'll show you that detailed and the install of the new Light Harmonic speaker. All right, as you can see, there's a couple. Once you get the screws out, the 4 8mm screws, there's actually some clips here. You can see them here. There's 4. Just be careful when you're getting the speaker out and just prying this up. You don't want to break those off. And then yeah, I just kind of popped one and then worked my way around to get it all out, and the speaker comes right out. See, there's a speaker there, and here is the new Light Harmonic carbon fiber speaker. Get them out of there. Alright guys, so you see it's pretty simple going back in. It's speaker goes in super easy, plug it in, get the screws back in, and then you can put your door panel back on. As you've seen in my time lapse, I actually pulled the tweeter out. That's just easier so you can get the door panel seated in, and then just reseat the tweeter. There's a hook that comes up this way, so make sure the tweeter is pushed against that hook and then slide it back down so you can get the clips locked in, and then that way it doesn't want to pull out on you. But yeah, door panel's back on. Now for the A-pillar. A-pillar, remove that. Just remove this side piece here, this panel here. Just pop it out from the top. Maybe sort of. There you go. Pop it out from the top and then pull it up, because you have that clip on the bottom that seats in this way. So pull out the top and then pull it out this way, and then you can see you got access to this. And for the A-pillar, just get your pry tool underneath here, pop it out. See if I can do it one-handed or not without messing up the interior of the car. But get under there. And pop out your clips. See, there's a clip there. There's one more down closer to the bottom. That way. And there's this rubber, basically holder here, so that way when the airbag goes out, it doesn't shoot this thing across the car. So that way it keeps it safe from flying all over the place. You can either disconnect that, but you don't really need to, as long as you can kind of get the A-pillar up and out. So as you see, there's a small clip that clips into the grill here, so that's why you have to pull the A-pillar panel off first before you get this off. So once you get that up and out, kind of just see if you can feed it out. Not the easiest to do one-handed. Let's see. There we go. So the trick is, get out from under there, pull it this direction, and then you can bring it around and out of the way. So yeah, as you see, that's connected. I don't like putting that much stress on it, but that is now out of the way. Like I said, you can just pop that off if you want. I believe it's just squeezing these and getting it off, but doing it one-handed is near impossible. But yeah, that's how you get the A-pillar panel off, and then I'll show you guys getting the actual plate off, but I have to get that side off as well first before I can pull the actual speaker grill out. All right, got the passenger side off. Same process, that side panel on the bottom, pull at the top, slide it up, and then pop the top up here, pull that out. I did notice that Tesla, I was wondering why this panel didn't fit up that great, but it's because when they installed it, one of these is busted. So see, that one's busted as well. This one's just slightly broken, but this one is actually broken. Because I was wondering why this wasn't pushed up against there all the way when I got it, but now I know why. So to see if I can fix that or just make it look a little better, but we will deal with that at a different time. And as for the grill, it actually just clips in as well, so you got to get pry tool underneath it and pop it up like so, and just follow it all the way across the dash and pop it up. Go to the other side of the car. Up and pull it out. There you go. There's your speaker grill removed from the car, and there's your speakers. But from this side, you can see them there. There's one mid that you'll be replacing, the center mid. there, and then your passenger side up there. The center mid, there's a screw. I'm not sure what size Torx bit that is. I'll show you guys in a second, but it's really tight to the windshield, so you have to kind of get a bit in there and probably get a wrench onto the bit and just kind of slowly work it out. But we'll see how that works for me, because like I said, I'm doing this on the go with you guys, so I'm learning as I go as well, as long with you guys. So trying to show you how to do it, and if you see if I do anything wrong, just don't do it that way. Just try to find an easier way for you to do it, but this is how I'm doing it as I go. All right, little pre-installation tip I would recommend getting before you start this job is a short T20. I just use that same one I've been using, but I just want to use my grinder and ground it down a little shorter, because that middle speaker, that back screw back there, is a nightmare to get to without a short T20 bit. I just cut mine down about 3/4 of the way, and it worked fine. And I actually used the right wrench. It's 1/4 inch wrench to fit on here to help loosen it up and tighten it up. So that is the tip. I know they sell them because I've seen actually a couple people using the short one with the ratchet on it. It's actually about half the size of this, and then it has a ratchet and you can easily get that screw out. But that's how I had to do mine because I don't have that short bit. But I just went and ground mine down about a quarter of the way down from what it was, just to make it a little shorter to fit in there a little better. But that is the tip. If you can, find the tool that has a short stubby T20 bit with the ratchet on it if possible, and then make life so much easier. Alright, so you see I got all the screws out. Not the easiest thing to do, but it does come out. Just got to work at it, and then you just undo the, I don't know if you can see that or not, but there's the cable clip is here on the bottom of the speaker. Just unclip it and the speaker will come out. Alright, speaker's out. Here's the stock one. Don't do what I did and smash the nose cone. But I accidentally hit the nose cone when I was getting my hand in there to get the screw out. But there's a stock Tesla, and I'll open this one for you. And here is the Light Harmonics mid. So these you can see it gives you 5. So basically 3 for the front dash area, front pillar for your mids, and then 2 would be for your rear deck if you have a 2020 or older model that has rear deck speakers. Those would be what goes in there. I might try to install these because I do have the first version of the Hansshow DIY kit for the 2021, so they did include wires to go to the rear speakers. But I would have to wire basically from that Hansshow kit, make my own wires to go actual to each speaker, because there's no wires for the speakers on my 2021. So I'd have to pull out the rear deck, run some wiring to these, install these, and then put them back. So I don't know if I'm going to do it or not, just because these little tiny mids, I don't know how much of a sound improvement they're going to make just for how small they are. But I might do it, just depending on if I can find some time or not. But in the meantime, these 3 or 3 of these, just pick 3, and then they'll go onto your front dash area for your mids. So your cable connections here, this is a stock one from the car. Let me see if I can move you guys. And then you'll have this one from the Light Harmonic speaker. So this one will just plug into your Tesla factory wire. So I'm going to do it one-handed. If not, you guys get the idea. So that will plug in, and then the speaker will just fit in back normally like the stock one was, back into place. Put your screws back in, and you're good to go. Same thing with this one, be the same exact install procedure. Just remove the speaker, disconnect the wire, put it in, and then your passenger side, same thing, exact same thing. Just remove the speaker, disconnect the wires, put the Light Harmonic speaker back in, and you'll be good to go. And then I'll do the door woofer on that side, which you guys seen how I did it on the driver's side. So you just do the passenger side exactly the same as the driver, and you're good to go. So that is pretty much the install for these, and then I'll give you a sound check once I get everything installed. But I'm not gonna bore you guys with the full each speaker installation because it's all the same process. So if, just as doing this one, so get your wires connected, put it back into place, put your screws back in, remove that one, put the new speaker in, remove that one, put this new speaker back in, and then your door woofer on the passenger side. So it's pretty simple, self-explanatory, but yeah, it's not a bad job. It's pretty quick actually. Like I said, I'm doing this for the first time. I'm learning as I'm going with you guys, recording at the same time. So obviously it's taking me a little bit longer than it should, but overall it's a pretty simple install. Just gotta squeeze your hands in there, make sure you have the right tools, and then the install becomes super easy. And if I do the rear deck, we'll see if I ended up doing the rear deck, but I don't know if I'm going to. I'm not going to today for sure, but we'll see later on if I do the rear deck speakers or not. And then yeah, I'll give you a sound check here soon. All right guys, so got the speakers in on the dash. I will admit that middle speaker is a pain in the ass, but I guess if you have the right tools it'll be a whole lot easier. So I'll show you on the outside how it looks. So there is the passenger, there is the center one. So this screw right here is a bitch to get to, but if you have the right tool I think it'd be a little easier. I've seen guys do this install and not put that screw back in. I thought about doing that, but I was able to get to it, so I figured get it back in. That way I have no rattling or no anything as far as rattles for that speaker by leaving the screw out. And then the driver's side's here. So you can see that they look really good. I did a quick sound test just to make sure they're working before I put that screw in on the middle speaker, just to make sure it's working, because if I had to take it back out, and then it'd have been a pain in the butt. But yeah, so those went in. The other two, the driver and passenger side, are pretty easy. It's pretty simple. They go in and out pretty quick. That middle one, just that one screw is a pain in the butt to get to, but it's doable. So again, here's the speakers. So I got 3 stock Tesla speakers there, and you can see the other 2 Light Harmonics that would actually go into the rear deck. But since I have the SR Plus, I don't have speakers in my rear deck, so not be installing those right now currently. Then I got to still install the passenger side woofer, but here's the stock woofer from the driver's side, and that's the will go into the passenger side. But as you can see, the difference of look, the carbon fiber versus the stock Tesla. And this kit also comes with a subwoofer. So if you have the long range or performance, you'll have the subwoofer actually that you can replace as well. So yeah, if you have long range performance, this kit will fill up your whole entire speaker systems, except for the speakers on the back door, because they don't come with those, just because I think those are built into the door panel, I heard, and so they don't actually provide you with those speakers. But you do get the 2 front door speakers, the 3 mids up front on the dash, the 2 in the rear deck, that would be here, and then the 1 subwoofer if you have the premium audio package. So yep, since I have the standard range plus, all I'm doing is the doors and the front dash for this kit that they sent me. So but the quality of these look amazing. I have no complaints whatsoever on the quality right now. Currently everything fits in perfectly, just as stock. You don't even notice the difference when you're putting it back in. It's pretty much plug and play. But yeah, I'll see here in a second. Once I get the passenger door installed, then we'll do a sound test for you guys. All right guys, install's done. Moment of truth. I got some copyright free music off YouTube on the car, and we'll see what the sound sounds like. I don't have a meter or anything to test what the difference is, but I do have my ears, so I will tell you whether they're shit or if they're actually worth the money. So let's try it out and see what we got. can definitely hear the mids. Very clear and loud. Obviously you guys can't hear that or get the actual sound of what it is, but the mids are way louder. The bass is much more punchy. You can actually feel the bass. I can feel it down in my leg more than I could before with the stock speakers, but you can definitely feel the bass punching, and the mids sound crisp. And like I said, I was cranking it up. I was probably maybe halfway, 3/4 of the way up on sound, and it wasn't distorting or nothing like that. So that's my worry always, right, with speakers and sound. Once you start getting higher up in the volume, they start to distort. But I didn't hear any of that on this song. Let's see if I can find a little punchier spot. But yeah, it definitely sounds way better. I do have the DIY kit, Hansshow DIY kit, so I do have the A-pillar speaker and the Dorse tweeter activated in this car, but I had it before with the stock speakers and it sounded great. But this actually sounds way cleaner. Everything's much more clean, crisp, and the bass is a lot punchier and has a lot more kick to it. So as you can see, even with the music almost all the way up, basically over 3/4 of the way up, which is, most people aren't even going to listen to that loud, but it's still clean, no distortion, sounds good, the mids sound good, the bass is still kicking, doesn't sound like it's losing any punch. But yeah, that's these speakers are definitely an A+ for me, so I'll definitely give them an A+. Definitely worth the money, definitely worth the install. And I can only imagine what the premium sounds like with the new subwoofer and the speakers in the rear deck. So it's probably that much more amazing, but unfortunately I have the SR Plus. I don't have that. Eventually maybe I'll do the Hansshow upgrade kit to be able to put the subwoofer in the back, but right now I don't have the money for that. So anyways, these speakers, amazing. Light Harmonics kit for the Tesla Model 3. I think you can order just the front speakers, door speakers, and the front speakers only. They sent me the full kit, which I didn't use everything, but speakers are same across the board. But amazing sound quality, and yeah, I'm happy with the install. Like I said, a little bit of pain in the butt to get to the front tweeter, or sorry, mid-range speaker in the front, but it was definitely worth the install. Wasn't bad at all. Plug and play, easy to do. Hit the guys up, Light Harmonics. Thank you very much, guys. I love the speakers. They sound so much better, and I think I'll give an update later on and let you guys know how it's going. But yeah, sound quality is A+ to me, so take my word for it. That's where it's at.